Despite the European Union dashing headlong into the EV abyss, forcing auto manufacturers to abandon all their combustion technology in the blink of an eye and go all electric by 2035, in the real world those same manufacturers are moving away from electrification. After the meeting between the automakers and the EU Commission President last Friday, all the pro-EV websites are gushing that it's full speed ahead for electrification and no concessions were made. If this is indeed the case, it would be suicidal, especially given how tough those manufacturers are finding it even in 2025, a full decade before the final deadline. Ford is cutting jobs in its electric vehicle plants, and Stellantis has announced it will be reviving the Hemi V8 for future models. Hardly looks like a dash to the EV finish line, does it? Welcome back to MGUY, British engineer and lawyer, now Sydney YouTuber. If you enjoy this video, please drop a like and make sure you click that subscribe button down below and enable all notifications so you don't miss out on any future videos. It's all completely free. And if you'd like to support this channel, head over to my store where you can purchase some cool anti-EV merch. More information at the end of this video, or alternatively you can chip in a small donation at Buy Me a Coffee. Links to both are in the description, or you can scan the QR codes on screen. Friday last week was the final opportunity to persuade the European Commission to soften its strict targets for combustion cars to be banned by 2035. All they want is for the emissions reductions to be technology neutral, to allow for a mix of EVs, hybrids and efficient combustion vehicles. But as we all know, net zero is black and white, no shades of grey permitted. So it was unlikely that the icy Ms von der Leyen would accept their requests and instead push on with the drop-dead date of 2035 for all cars to be electric. This is essentially picking a technology winner rather than the outcome. And you only have to look at those idiotic curly fluorescent tubes that we were all forced to buy to see how well that's gone in the past. This is signing the death warrant for the local European car industry. But hey, who cares when you've got a planet to save? We'll look at Stellantis shortly, but first to Ford, which is being forced to cut back employees in its electric production plants due to, guess what, lack of demand. Ford will cut up to 1,000 jobs at its German electric car plant amid weak EV demand. Ford Motor Company said it will cut up to 1,000 jobs in electric car production at its factory in Cologne, Germany, due to weak demand. In Europe, demand for electric cars remains well below industry forecasts, Ford said in a statement. Ford will therefore switch production at the Cologne plant to single-shift operation from January 2026, resulting in the job losses, the company said September the 16th. Ford said it would offer voluntary layoff packages to those affected at its Cologne electric vehicle centre. The automaker builds the Explorer electric SUV and Capri electric crossover at the Cologne plant. Both are based on Volkswagen Group's MEB platform that is also used by the VW ID4 and ID5. Ford invested $2 billion to build electric cars in Cologne after ending production of the Fiesta small hatchback at the plant. Well, rather than being allowed to build the cars the market demands, it was forced to build EVs that nobody wanted, and which would be undercut by Chinese junk anyway. And since Carlos Tavares has left the top job, Stellantis is now much more prepared to follow what its customers want, and is bringing back a combustion engine to do just that. Stellantis alters EV plans, preps Hemi resurgence. Under former CEO Carlos Tavares, Stellantis was focused on electrifying its portfolio while largely doing away with its family of Hemi V8 engines. But Antonio Filosa, who took charge of the automaker in June, is switching gears by putting an emphasis back on V8 performance and tempering EV ambitions. Chrysler, Alfa Romeo and Maserati have ditched plans to go all electric by the end of the decade. Some EV projects have been shelved, including Ram's first fully electric pickup and a planned Chrysler crossover. Stellantis will still offer a variety of electric models in the years ahead, but the rollout will be accompanied by the return of the Hemi's growl. After the electric Dodge Charger Daytona and Jeep Wagoneer S launched in January, the Trail-ready Recon is coming in the fourth quarter to broaden the EV menu. The diminutive Fiat 500e joined the US lineup in 2024. On the gasoline menu, the 5.7-litre Hemi is back as an option for the Ram 1500, and Jeep has declared that Hemis will roll out across its lineup. Well done! Build what the customers want, and to hell with the bureaucrats in Europe. The automakers' request to the European Commission is perfectly reasonable. Allow the new technology to grow alongside the existing technology. Petrol and diesel cars will be on the road for decades and decades to come, at least in the used market, and even the Europeans wouldn't be mad enough to force used vehicles off the road. At least, I hope they wouldn't be. So that means millions of combustion cars will continue to drive in Europe. Sure, if EVs are so great, people will buy them anyway. But we all know that this isn't the case. They're expensive, inconvenient, impractical, and a financial black hole. So the carrot and stick approach is employed. Subsidies, tax breaks and incentives as the carrot, and mandates as the stick. Trouble is, neither works. After a spike in enthusiasm a few years ago, interest in EVs is declining again as the market is saturated. If Europe continues with this policy, it will inevitably sound the death knell for the European automotive industry. If you'd like to support this channel and display your anti-EV credentials to your Tesla-owning neighbours at the same time, why not buy some awesome MGUY merchandise, like this mug, this baseball cap, or this t-shirt? Each high-quality item sports the MGUY No EVs sign, and they're all made to order, perfect for irritating the hell out of your local EV zealots. Visit store.mguy.tv or click the link in the description to check out the full range of products. And of course, you can always just buy me a coffee. Click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. Thanks very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any tips or stories, go there. If you'd like to watch another video, go there. If you'd like to buy me a coffee, go there. And please subscribe to the channel.